Cristiano Ronaldo has reportedly urged Al-Nassr to bring in a Barcelona superstar next summer. Who is that player? Second, Liverpool are gearing up for another European battle. Ahead of the Champions League clash, here's the full head-to-head record between Frankfurt and Liverpool. And finally, Brentford have earned their first Premier League away win of the season, ruining Nuno Espirito Santo's first home game in charge of struggling West Ham. Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. We've got some thrilling Liverpool news lined up for you. So stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 100 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Liverpool updates. Cristiano Ronaldo urges Al-Nassr to bring Barcelona superstar to Saudi Arabia next summer. Cristiano Ronaldo has reportedly urged Al-Nassr to make a move for Robert Lewandowski, with the experienced striker set to become available on a free transfer at the end of the 2025-26 campaign. No final decision has been communicated from Barcelona when it comes to Lewandowski's future, but it is understood that this will be the Poland international's final season at Camp Nou. The 37-year-old has scored 105 goals and registered 20 assists in 156 appearances for Barcelona in all competitions, including 4 goals in 9 appearances this term, but the Catalan outfit are thought to have concerns over his injury problems in the early stages of the campaign. Atletico Madrid are being linked with Lewandowski, while a number of clubs in the Premier League are believed to be keeping a close eye on his situation. However, according to reports in Spain, Lewandowski could be offered the chance to make the move to Saudi Arabia, with Ronaldo pushing for Al-Nassr to sign him. Al-Nassr in the running for Barcelona's Robert Lewandowski. Ronaldo became a part owner of Al-Nassr when he signed a new contract earlier this year, and the 40-year-old continues to find the back of the net at an incredible rate. Since arriving in Saudi Arabia in January 2023, Ronaldo has scored 99 goals and registered 21 assists in 112 appearances for Al-Nassr, while he remains a vital player for Portugal ahead of the 2026 World Cup. Ronaldo has a contract with Al-Nassr until June 2027, and it is believed that he could hang up his boots once his current deal comes to an end, while his international career may end after the 2026 World Cup. However, as a part owner, Ronaldo will remain heavily involved with Al-Nassr, and he is expected to be consulted on transfer planning, with Lewandowski said to be viewed as the ideal signing for the club. Should Lewandowski consider Saudi Arabia move? Lewandowski has nothing left to prove in European football. He has been one of the outstanding strikers in world football for some time now, and he will eventually retire having enjoyed a wonderful career. There have been suggestions that Lewandowski will consider hanging up his boots next summer, but as Ronaldo has shown, age is not a barrier, and the Barcelona forward has another couple of seasons left in him. Lewandowski would be able to earn astronomical wages by making the move to Saudi Arabia, and the chance to play alongside one of the legends of the sport would surely appeal to the Pole. Frankfurt vs Liverpool, head-to-head record in past meetings before Champions League clash. Arne Slot's struggling Liverpool side will travel to face Eintracht Frankfurt on Wednesday at Deutsche Bank Park in each team's third Champions League game of the season. The Reds head to Germany having suffered a damaging 2-1 defeat against Manchester United on Sunday, whereas the hosts were held to a 2-2 stalemate by Freiburg on the same day. Both teams have 3 points from their first 2 European outings of 2025-26, with the sides suffering losses in their second game of the group stage. Head-to-head record. Previous meetings, 2. Eintracht Frankfurt wins, 0. Draws, 1. Liverpool wins, 1. Eintracht Frankfurt will face Liverpool for just the third time in their history, with their last meetings coming in the first round of the 1972-73 UEFA Cup, a competition rebranded as the Europa League. The Merseysiders won the first leg on September 12, 1972 against the Germans 2-0 at Anfield thanks to goals from Kevin Keegan and Emlyn Hughes. Though Frankfurt were able to avoid defeat in the return fixture 14 days later, the match ended goalless, and the English side advanced into the next round of the tournament. The victory would prove significant as the Reds would go on to lift the trophy after beating Borussia Mönchengladbach over 2 legs in 1973, claiming their first ever European title. Frankfurt's record at home against English opponents is positive considering they have lost just 2 of their 9 contests as hosts, winning on 3 occasions. As for Liverpool, they are unbeaten in 14 games against German teams, emerging as victors in 11 of those fixtures. The last time the Reds encountered a Bundesliga team was in the league phase of the Champions League in the 2024-25 season, when they beat Bayer Leverkusen 4-0 in November 2024. Brentford earned their first Premier League away win of the season to ruin Nuno Espirito Santo's first home game in charge of struggling West Ham. The visitors, who lost their opening 3 away league matches, were by far the better side as goals from Igor Thiago and Matthias Jensen sank a woeful Hammers outfit who remained 19th in the table. Brentford took a fully deserved lead in the 43rd minute when the hosts failed to deal with a long ball forwards. Kevin Shade nudged the ball to Thiago and his shot just had enough power to creep over the line, despite Alphonse Areola getting a hand to it. Thiago thought he had got a second goal for Brentford just before halftime, only for it to be correctly ruled off for offside, with officials having to use last season's format of drawing lines on the screen due to the semi-automated offside technology not working after a major worldwide technology outage. West Ham were booed off at halftime, with Nuno showing anger at his side's performance by making 3 defensive substitutions at the break. But Brentford continued to dominate and should have had a second goal just after the hour mark, only for Shade to powerfully head against the crossbar from 5 yards out when unmarked. The Hammers never seriously threatened an equalizer in the second half and B's substitute Jensen sealed victory by blasting the ball into the roof of the net in the 4th minute of stoppage time. West Ham's players were again booed off at the final whistle as Brentford took the victory. Brentford analysis: B's dominate in Andrews' first away league win as manager. Brentford started the day 16th in the table but jumped up to 13th as manager Keith Andrews celebrated his first away Premier League victory as a manager. He would surely have been surprised by just how easy it was, as the visitors to London Stadium had 58% of possession. Andrews' side were better in every department and just about every statistic. Their 15 shots in the first half alone was their joint highest ever in the Premier League, while the overall total of 22 shots in the match was their highest in this campaign, as was the 451 attempted passes. With England midfielder Jordan Henderson superb in central midfield, Brentford were outstanding throughout. They were also a constant threat from corners and Michael Keogh's impressive long throws. Chances kept coming. Nathan Collins headed over, Thiago volleyed against the top of the crossbar, Mikkel Damsgaard had a header saved by Areola, Dango Ouattara twice missed with headers and Keane Lewis Potter curled a shot wide. Jensen's late goal gave the scoreline a closer resemblance to the domination Brentford had enjoyed. West Ham analysis: Nuno's nightmare home start. This was a miserable night on and off the pitch for the hosts. There were plenty of empty seats amid the latest phase of protests organized by fan group Hammers United, who want Chairman David Sullivan and Vice Chair Karen Brady to leave. Both have been at the club for 15 years and were instrumental in the Hammers' move from Upton Park to London Stadium, which hosted athletics at the 2012 Olympics. A large number of fans feel the club lost a large part of their identity with the move from their atmospheric former home. Before the loss to Crystal Palace last month, which proved to be Graham Potter's last game in charge before he was sacked, about 3,000 Hammers fans protested outside the director's entrance. The supporters were unhappy at a perceived lack of investment in the squad and training facilities, the appointment of unsuccessful managers and the matchday experience. It is hard to imagine how Nuno's first home game in charge could have gone much worse. Apart from one bright run from Crescencio Somerville from the halfway line to the penalty area and Jared Bowen's low strike being saved, there was little to excite West Ham fans, with most supporters leaving for home well before the final whistle. Nuno's halftime triple substitution came back to haunt him. The fans again booed the decision to not bring on striker Callum Wilson with 20 minutes remaining, before a late hamstring injury for Konstantinos Mavropanos left the Hammers with 10 men for the end of the game, unable to make any more changes. Portuguese coach Nuno started the season at Nottingham Forest, having earned them European football, before he was dismissed at the start of September, only to then become West Ham boss 3 weeks later. But this was a painful sign of how big a challenge he faces as he attempts to keep West Ham in the top flight. On this evidence, West Ham face a long season and a relegation battle. What's next for both teams? West Ham, who have now lost all 4 of their home league matches, play at Leeds United on Friday, before they return to London Stadium to play Newcastle on Sunday, November 2nd. Brentford entertain reigning champions Liverpool on Saturday and then travel to League Two Grimsby Town in the last 16 of the Carabao Cup on Tuesday, October 28.